guys. I've really missed seeing you. You know, I've been thinking about all the fun we've had these past 9 weeks, and I began to wonder if we could remember everything that we've learned about Paul over this 9-week period. So I invited my friend, Pastor Neil, to come and see if we could remember everything we've learned. So let's check it out.
Hi, boys and girls. It's great to see you.
We've had a lot of fun these past 9 weeks talking about the life of Paul.
Yeah, and before we go on summer break, we thought it'd be a good idea to review what we've learned.
So, we've gathered some items to see if they will help us remember.
For example, what's this purple hat for, Pastor Neil?
Oh, I remember that hat. Once, God told Paul to go to a place called Macedonia and tell others about Jesus. And once there, he met a woman named Lydia, and she made purple clothes, kind of like this hat.
That's right. Didn't Paul tell her about Jesus?
He did, and she became a follower of Jesus.
I remember learning that week that we can trust God to lead us, just like God led Paul to Lydia.
Mm-hmm. What about these musical instruments? Should we start a band?
Yeah, I brought these out because they remind me of the time Paul and Silas were in prison.
Prison sounds pretty scary.
Yeah, but Paul and Silas weren't scared. They trusted God so much that they sang praises to God while being locked up. And then God sent an earthquake to free them. The guard was so shocked that he ended up becoming a follower of Jesus.
I remember that story and how it teaches us that we can praise God no matter what.
So why is Ant-Man on the table?
Oh yeah, I used this little guy to tell kids about what idols looked like back in the day. What did you use to tell kids about idols?
Well, we talked about our favorite things and how even though our favorite things are really cool, they're not nearly as important as God.
I brought a bunch of my favorite things right here. Let's look at them. Let's see. We've got, one of my favorite things is this pink flamingo. I really like this, and it sits by my bed, and I kiss it before I go to bed each night. I also got this pepper thing that I have it by my bed and I kiss it each night. Oh, Ant-Man. And then this barrette. I put this in my hair at night.
That's not a barrette.
Oh, what is this?
It's a headband.
Well, I call it a barrette. But, so, wait. I want to show you how I put this on my head right before I go to bed at night after I kiss those things because it keeps my hair in place. That's why I've got such great hair. And then finally, this is a Jar Jar Binks action figure. The thing I love about this is how I can write it and throw it away because I hate Jar Jar Binks. But I love the thing. So,
Right.
Those are mine.
So didn't Paul preach against idols?
Yeah, let me go ahead and grab this band out of my hair. Yeah, he did. When he was in the city of Athens, he noticed that people were worshiping idols. And he told them that what they were doing was wrong and that really they should worship the one and true powerful God.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, we learned how powerful God is and should be the most important
The number
thing.
one
The number
thing.
one thing.
Yep,
That's right.
That's right. Say, Miss Angie, do you know why this belt is here?
I sure do. Once Paul was traveling back to Jerusalem when the prophet gave him a warning. He took off his belt and wrapped it around himself and said Paul would be bound once he got back to Jerusalem. Do you think you can tie up a person with this belt? All right. Did I do a good job?
I don't know. Let me see if I can break free. I was really trying. I can't. Well, Paul went to Jerusalem anyway, right? Because he knew that God was with him, even if he was arrested. We can learn that God's with us, right? Always.
Even when we might feel scared.
Yeah.
All right, what about this nut? And this bolt?
And this bolt, yeah. I remember this. One week I pretended that the bolt was Paul and the nut was his nephew. Paul's nephew tried to protect Paul from people who wanted to kill him, and I thought it was a good way of showing how families should stick together because they connect.
Do you think we can put these together?
Let's try. We have problems with depth perception.
Oh, but
We're
I
doing
think
it.
we're doing it.
We are so good.
So just like Paul's nephew looked out for his family member, we should look out for ours and stick together.
Stick together, yeah. Hey, do you remember this boat?
Yeah, didn't you use it to play sink or float?
Yep, and just a reminder, it floats. I did this the same week that we learned about Paul's time on a boat.
Yeah, that didn't go very well. Remember, a storm came up, which made giant splashing waves that sank the boat.
I remember that. That must have been scary.
Yeah, but God used that as an opportunity to let Paul gain favor with his captors. It was his advice that rescued them, after all.
Yeah, I remember that week learning that God can use tough times to do great things.
He certainly can. Potato heads! Let's have a race to see who can put theirs together first.
3, 2, 1, go! I'm going to grab my mouth first.
I love my mouth going right there.
There
Yeah,
we go.
that's a
Bam.
good place.
Mouth
Perfect.
is good. Now I need
Oh,
eyes.
another arm. We're 4 eyes over
Oh! Here, Joe, why don't I?
here. I am beautiful.
All right, what do we got?
Oh, my arm fell off.
I am a two-nosed smiler, and you are.
I have an
you're a
hand coming out
Picasso.
of my ear or out of my head, lips where my ears or my hand should be, and 4 eyes.
You're a Picasso.
Pastor Neil, you seem to have a lot of potatoes in your lessons.
A potato.
Hi everybody, how's it going?
Potato!
Fine, fellas. Just fine.
We've been waiting for you, Pastor Neil.
So why are these guys here?
Well, I used them to teach a lesson that Paul once taught the church at Corinth. He explained to them that the people in the church must work together as one body. And so if an arm is not very useful without the body, right? And neither is the eye. Of course, I don't have eyes.
Because I have all
But
of
there
them.
you go, yeah. So, anyway, so
So that week we learned that we work best when we work together.
absolutely. I'm not sure if this qualifies, but yes. Are you hungry? You want a piece of fruit?
Sure.
I like grapes.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
I really like them too.
Great.
Strawberries.
I also like bananas. I like to peel bananas
Oh,
from the top.
that strawberry was a little bit sour.
Yep. And this is how I eat bananas all the time.
Oh, I like
Oh,
blueberries, but I'm not very good at catching them.
We have no buy this banana. Didn't we use fruit in one of our lessons?
Yeah, when we were looking at Paul's letter to the Galatians, he told them that we should be growing like fruit of the Spirit.
You mean like bananas and apples?
No, but like a tree produces fruit, Christians should be producing good things like love, joy, peace,
Patience, kindness, goodness,
faithfulness, gentleness, and
self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
What is all this armor here for?
Well, last week we talked about how Paul encouraged the believers to put on the full armor of God.
You mean armor like the breastplate of righteousness.
Yeah, and the helmet of salvation. And taking up the shield of faith.
But Paul wasn't talking about real armor.
No, he was talking about the protection that God offers against our greatest enemy, the devil.
You know, another one of those tools was something Paul called the sword of the Spirit.
Yeah, and the sword of the Spirit is the Bible. If we want to be successful in fighting off the devil's temptations, then we need to read our Bible and trust its promises.
That's right.
On guard.
Ah!
Stabby.
learned a lot about Paul and the things that he did for God and for other Christians.
Yeah, he was a very important follower of Jesus. But one thing he always taught was that anyone can do great things for Jesus.
Even you.
High five.
Thanks, guys, for listening. I just wanted to tell you something really quick. Pastor Neil and I are going to be on break for a little while, but we've got some friends that are going to come and share some videos too. So there should be some videos up all summer long for you to watch and learn and have lots of fun, and we'll be back before you know it. Love you.